Osseo will get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, a great comeback win for the Champlin Park boys basketball team. And in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we'll meet a family that's provided a lot of great moments for the Armstrong-Cooper boys hockey team this season.
And we'll get started with gymnastics. Hopkins and Wayzata are two of the top teams in the Lake Conference. They met in a dual meet last week. Trojan senior Grace Treanor is one of the best gymnasts in the state. She wins all 4 events this night, including the vault with a score of 9.35. Hopkins 8th grader Avery McIntosh records the team's top score on the vault, landing with an 8.825 for a Hopkins team that topped 137 for the meet. Sasha Arning finished second on her team on the balance beam for Wayzata. She scores a 9.025, later a 9.25 on the floor exercise. Hopkins senior Sibone Reglos was the best for her team on the beam. She lands with a score of 9.25. Wayzata closes the meet with 2 strong performances on the floor exercise. Izzy Treanor turns in a routine that scored a 9.20. And then Grace Treanor earned the meet's high score in any event with a mark of 9.75. Wayzata wins the meet, topping 141 points. Both teams will compete in the Section 6AA meet on February 15th at Hopkins High School. We'll hear from the Trojans later in the show. The Breck girls hockey team scored a big win earlier this month when they knocked off previously unbeaten Andover, the top-ranked team in Class AA. But they hadn't defeated rival Blake in over 4 years. The Mustangs trying to end that losing streak against the Bears. The Mustangs' Allie Qualley, a breakout pass to Olivia Mobley. Senior makes a nice move to beat the defender, and then the Bears goalie to score her 33rd goal of the season. Breck leads 1-0, just 3:19 into the game, the first of 2 goals for Mobley. After the Bears tied at 1, Blake Susie Higuchi skates into the Breck zone, slides a backhander into the net, and the Bears take a 2-1 lead after 1 period. Second period, the Mustangs tied up. Josie Lang's shot from the point is redirected and then banged in by Sadie Lindsay, and it's a 2-2 game. This game goes back and forth all night. Early in the third, Mobley threads a great pass ahead to Qualley, who goes in alone to score on the breakaway. Her 4th goal in the past 3 games makes it 4-3 Breck. And Mustangs freshman goalie Sarah Peterson preserves the lead. She makes 36 saves as Breck breaks its 9-game losing streak to Blake with a 4-3 win.
It's unbelievable. We've gone 5 years, I think, without beating them. It was a great team win. First period we came out a little flat. But we were able to battle back in the second and third period, keep the momentum up. We stayed positive in the locker room, which was awesome for our confidence throughout the game. But yeah, it's unreal.
Champlin Park's boys hockey team is coming on strong. The Rebels look to continue their winning ways as they faced a District 11 rival. The Rebels playing host to Coon Rapids. First period, Champlin Park's Noah Visner up the middle. He slips a shot into the Cardinals' net. It's 1-0, 6.5 minutes in. Then some quick passing by Champlin Park. Ethan Musk to Hogan Sinjum, and then Riker Grant knocks the puck in for his 5th goal of the season. It's 2-0 Rebels. And then a tough one for Coon Rapids as Champlin Park sends it ahead and the goalie cannot clear it. Robbie Lawler with the goal for Champlin Park, and it's 3-0 all in the first period. And one more goal for Champlin Park. Nolan Peterson for the one-timer, tipped in by Jared Johnson. All the scoring comes in the first period. Champlin Park shuts out Coon Rapids 4-0. The 5th-ranked Maple Grove boys hockey team lost 4-0 to Andover in the team's first meeting in December. The Crimson took a second shot at the Huskies, this one at Maple Grove Community Center. Scoreless through 1 early in the second. Gunnar Thorson a breakaway for Andover, but he's denied by Parker Slotsby. A short time later, the Huskies get a goal, though, as Nate Bauer scores it for Andover. Later in the period, Mitchell Wolf buries a one-timer for an Andover power play goal. And then 10 seconds into the third, Garrett Shifsky gives the Huskies a 3-0 lead. Shifsky adds one more. Andover beats Maple Grove again by that same 4-0 score.
The true team format is popular with many local swimming coaches and athletes. Despite the wintry weather, local teams got their Section True Team meets in over the weekend. Wayzata emerges as the Section 5 AA champion, well ahead of runner-up Spring Lake Park. Champlin Park is third with Osseo 5th and Park Center 6th. In Section 6 AA, Hopkins placed third behind Edina and St. Louis Park. The Royals topped 1,000 points and were just 40 points behind Park for second. In Section 8 AA, Maple Grove takes the top spot ahead of second place St. Michael Albertville. In Class A, Breck Blake, also a True Team section winner. The Bear Stags beat out runner-up Benilde and third place Kennedy. The state True Team meet is this weekend at the University of Minnesota. Good luck to the local teams that have advanced, Jay.
Yeah, it was a good weekend at the section competition. Next up on Sports Jam, boys basketball highlights galore plus wrestling action. Welcome back. Champlin Park and Wayzata have had very good boys basketball teams in recent seasons.
They both are struggling some this season, especially Wayzata. That didn't stop those teams, though, from playing a very entertaining contest last week at Wayzata. Drew Berkland finds open floor and cans the three for Wayzata. Dom Witt answers with a long ball for Champlin Park in a tight first half. A nice pass by Josh Gullickson to Ryan Harvey, and he finishes for the Trojans. They're up 3 points at halftime. Second half, Eddie Benega to Jacob Wildermuth for the hoop and foul as Wayzata tries to build the lead. Rebels junior Francis Wakoria goes to work with a rebound, put back and foul. He nets 23 in the game. The Trojans go on a run and they take control. Carter Bjerke drives baseline and the and one. Then Wildermuth with a three from the corner for a 60-46 Wayzata lead. But Champlin Park comes back. Josh Strong hits a long three-pointer. He scores 24 points in the game. Then Wakoria draws a foul with 3 seconds left, and his free throws send the game to overtime. Early in OT, Strong. True again from long range for the Rebels with this basket. Wayzata answers. Benega with a nice bounce pass to Bjerke for the easy hoop, and it's 76 all. But Wakoria makes a nice move, gets to the basket. The Rebels take a 78-76 lead with 4 seconds left. The Trojans get a chance to win, but Berkland's shot is short, and Champlin Park gets the hard-fought victory at Wayzata.
It isn't often that the Hopkins boys basketball team is an underdog. The 7th-ranked Royals have another strong team this year, but they would need a big effort against #1 Eden Prairie. Andrew Chisley finds Xavier White for a three at the top of the key in the early going. Hopkins goes up 13-11. White fakes the handoff on the wing and then explodes to the baseline to hit a floater. The Royals go up by 6, 24-18. But Eden Prairie starts to heat up. Drake Dobbs uses the screen to get space for a three-pointer, and the Eagles are up 33-28, 24 for Dobbs on the night. Austin Andrews maintains possession despite the steal attempt here, and he steps in for a one-footed jumper. He scores 14. Eden Prairie is up by 8 at the half. After trailing by 15, Hopkins battles back. Kerwin Walton sets up Tristan Lee for a wide-open three. The Royals are within 7 at 63-56. But Eden Prairie has an experienced and very good team. John Henry hits for 3 of his 28 as Hopkins falls 82-68. The Eagles are still unbeaten.
The Maple Grove boys basketball team is quietly putting together another strong season. The Crimson were shooting for their 4th straight win and 9th win overall when they hosted Blaine. Maple Grove takes control from the start. John Hawkinson drives into the lane, rises up to hit the jumper for a 13-5 Crimson lead. Blaine's defense backs off a bit on the high screen, and Lavelle Williams makes them pay, nailing a long three. Maple Grove goes up 22-10. Williams with a game-high 17 points. He gets the assist here, draws a double team, finds Sean O'Dwyer for a three. Maple Grove in command, leading 38-18 at halftime. Second half, they continue to shoot it well. Williams draws a defender, sets up O'Dwyer. It's time from the corner. He scores 13 in the game. And then good passing here. O'Dwyer to Williams. Down low to Henry Fonbella with 2 inside. Maple Grove cruises to a 74-43 win. They are now 9-2 on the season.
In girls basketball, Osseo started the season 2-0, but the Orioles had won just a couple of games since, and they were looking to get back in the win column when they hosted the Armstrong Falcons. And each team's leading scorer has the hot hand early. Jaden Klein with a 3 for Osseo as they go up early 5-2. 6'2" freshman Savannah McGowan answers with a 3. She scores 24 in an impressive performance for the Falcons. Osseo shoots it very well in the first half. 8th grader Ava Holman hits a 3 on her way to a 15-point night. Freshman Alea Wilson plays a great game, her driving layup as part of a 21-point game. Osseo's up by 14 at the half. But Armstrong fights back after trailing all night to go inside to McGowan to pull within 12. And Carly Fisher takes it all the way for the layup, and Armstrong cuts the lead to single digits at 61-53. But that's as close as they get. Klein scores 23 in the game. Osseo pulls away again. They win at 77-58. In prep wrestling, Park Center is an improved team this season. The Pirates aimed for a win as they faced Armstrong as part of a tri-meet hosted by the Falcons. At 1:13, Armstrong's Matt Sweeney emerges on top of the scramble against Stephen Dolomengi. Sweeney gets the takedown and near fall as he wins a major decision 12-3. Park Center gets a win at 1:52. Jonathan Oyadokan turns Amari Easley on his back for near fall points on the way to a 7-1 victory. At 1:82, the Pirates' Amarian Carter shoots for a single leg and then finishes with a double for a takedown on the way to a 4-0 decision over Andrew Hunter. Armstrong gets a couple of pins late. Sean Wright gets Sam Pay in the 220-pound match, but the Falcons have several open weights, and it's Park Center scoring the win 42-31. And Armstrong, John, has the Robbinsdale Rumble coming up at the end of this week.
Yeah, the Armstrong-Cooper match this season at Cooper. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, it's a family affair in the Armstrong-Cooper boys hockey program.
It's not too unusual to see brothers or sisters playing together for local high school teams. But for the Armstrong-Cooper boys hockey team, one family fills out a big portion of the lineup. We meet the Campions in this week's Sports Jam Spotlight. It's a family affair in the Armstrong-Cooper boys hockey program. 4 members of the Campion family excel for the wings. Brothers Joe and Matt in the middle are seniors, along with their cousins, Jack, a senior, and his brother Teddy, a junior. So just saying Campion when making line changes doesn't cut it. Back over to Joe Campion. He shoots and scores.
My nickname used to be Camp before he came up, and then my freshman year, and then once the other 2 came up, Camp, like everyone responded to Camp. So
yeah, especially because me and Jack now are on the same line, so like it just, he says just Campions. But yeah, we were both centers. We both went out there at the same time. Sometimes he has to like tap you, make sure which one the right one's going out.
It is hard, but eventually we work it out. And we kind of, I go T Camp, J Camp, things like that, and so we kind of have little nicknames for him. But it does get difficult, especially on a quick change or something like that.
The Campions have been together all the way up the hockey ranks and share a great bond with the high school team.
it's super fun. We all get along pretty well too, and good chemistry out there.
Yeah, me, Matt, and Joe have been teammates all the way since we were squirts, first year squirts. So me and Teddy have been every other year almost until Bantams. So we've been playing together for a long time.
It's pretty nice. We've always grown up together, so we're pretty close. Like we live same area, so it's just been fun all the way up through hockey, just playing with them.
The Campions compete so hard. They love the game of hockey. They're respectful. They're hardworking. They're good teammates. So it kind of makes it easy. So if I have another Campion coming, I kind of have an expectation of what that kiddo will be. And they've been a pleasure to have in our program, and it's exciting to watch them grow through our youth program up into high school.
While they certainly have some similarities as players, there isn't necessarily one Campion style on the ice.
Not really. They're all kind of unique. Matt and Joe are big. They got a big physical presence about them, and Ted's bigger too. And I'm more of a finesse kind of. I don't play the body as much as they do, but So we're all a little bit unique.
Jack, he's a pretty big goal scorer. Mac just sets him up a lot, and Joe's our solid defenseman out there.
Jack Campion, a quick release.
Jack, he's a really good shooter. I've always wanted his shot. He's got a good shot. And then Matt's good. He's good at getting greasy in the corners and getting those rebound goals and stuff. Teddy, he's a gritty guy. He likes getting in the corners. He likes contact. Like, it's funny.
The crazy thing is they all have different identities. You know, they're not all the same. They all kind of have the same heart, the same compete, and the same passion. But the skill set, the size, the speed, you know, the mind, they all play a little bit different roles. Sort of like your kids. You know, you have 3 kids and they're all sort of different.
Armstrong and Cooper have never made it to the state boys hockey tournament when they had separate programs or as a co-op in recent years. A move into Class A this year makes it a much more realistic possibility this season. And since Campion rhymes with champion, these guys would love to go out with a section title.
Going to the state tournament, that's what our goal is, and that's what we've been trying to work on all year, getting better and better as each day goes on.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about it. It's in the back of our mind, but we got to focus on what's ahead of us right now and focus on the next games and try to get W's.
Oh, that'd be special to end our high school career on something like that, but we just got to keep going. There's still games ahead of us, still a lot to do.
And there's more hockey connections in the Campion family. Matt and Joe's sister Julia plays for the Armstrong-Cooper girls team. And Jack and Teddy's dad John was a longtime college hockey referee. John talks gymnastics with the Wayzata Trojans when Sports Jam continues.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. As you saw earlier in the program, the Wayzata Trojans gymnastics team defeated Hopkins in a late conference meet, and there are 3 captains joining us now, and we'll start with Anna Jankowski. And first of all, Anna, for you, it's senior night. Was this an emotional night for you girls and those of you that are seniors?
Well, I'm not really the emotional type, but I know I really appreciated the support from my team, and I've really enjoyed being a part of this team for several years.
How much fun have you had just being in the gym day in and day out, not just meet night, but practices and hanging out with the girls for 4 months every year during the winter?
I love having fun with my team. We love getting into a little bit of mischief, but also working really hard during practice so we can get the good scores and bond as a team.
What have you seen this team do well as far as, is there a certain apparatus that you feel they've really improved on as a group?
Our bars is very good. I think our vault's coming along nicely, and floor is always a party.
You've got 4 more meets before you get to sections. What do you look to improve on individually before you get to sections?
Probably just getting those last few tenths in, any new skills, and just cleaning up the ones we have.
One final question for you. What are your plans for next year?
I am going to attend Patrick Henry College in Virginia to study American public policy.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll turn now to Izzy Treanor. And Izzy, let me ask you about the senior night. What is it like for you here?
I thought it was really fun. It was nice to hear all the speeches from the girls, especially the person that gave mine. She kind of like roasted me the whole time, but it was nice because she's like one of my best friends. So it's sweet to hear that.
For you, what have you liked about this season so far? What you've seen from your teammates and your own performances?
I thought the season has been really fun so far, and I've liked it a lot, actually. Like, probably one of my favorite seasons out of my whole high school career. And I think it's because of that. It's like that because the team is so like connected and we have such a good relationship with everyone. And then also I think our floor has improved immensely from like the start to the end. Last week up at Moorhead we got like a 38 on floor, so we're doing really well on floor. And I think all around we're doing a lot better.
For you, what do you look for improvement for yourself and for the team between now and sections?
Personally, I feel like we could work on our execution, like just finishing our tumbling passes and like being tight in our landings and just squeezing, and then also trying to like focus on pointing our toes and just execution in general.
Izzy, what are your plans for next year?
I'm undecided on what college I want to go to, but I hope to study pre-med.
Thank you for your time. Bring in your sister Grace now, and Grace, tell me about this season for you. I mean, your scores have been outstanding. You've been happy with the way you've performed, and your team has?
Yeah, I have. I actually downgraded a couple of things this year, but I've been more consistent, so that's good. So I've been consistently getting like good scores, which I'm happy about. And I think this team is really close, like Izzy said, so that shows in our performances. Tonight we weren't as consistent, but I think that if one person messes up, we have each other's back and we could go up and hit a routine for them, so that's really good.
How important is that chemistry that you talked about?
It's super important. This year we have really good chemistry, there's no drama, everyone likes each other, and I think that really helps in meets because if someone falls, like you got their back, you're there to help them. Everyone knows that everyone supports them and wants the best for them, so it just creates a good attitude and energy, and we really feed off that energy.
Is it tough as a senior going through these last meets? Like, hey, I've only got this many meets left? Or no?
I feel like it hasn't really hit yet because we've been doing this for 5 years now, so it's just like another season. So I feel like at the end when I don't come back, it's going to be like, oh wow, I'm done. But right now it just feels like a normal season.
And finally, tell me about your plans for next year.
I will be attending the United States Air Force Academy next year.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great season for the Wayzata Trojans. And again, a win over Hopkins in a dual meet that you saw on CCX, and they will continue to compete. And again, their section meet, Section 6AA, coming up February 15th at Hopkins High School.
Remember to vote for our CCX Sports Play of the Week. 4 new plays are up on our website. Go to ccxmedia.org, click on the Sports tab, and then go to Play of the Week to find the plays. It's brought to you weekly by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. And here's last week's winner, Armstrong boys basketball player Hezekiah Ayawe's spin, move, and hoop, and the Falcons win over Park Center garnered 650 votes to become our Play of the Week. Congratulations, Hezekiah.
The feel the crowd loves him when he's
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience. And as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home. Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Create welcomes you, community residents, to connect and experience television in an exciting way. The free TV classes we offer will have you on your way to creating TV, and our wide variety of content can be watched at home or on the go. Connect to what's happening in your community. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Visit the West Metro Remodeling Fair on Sunday, February 9th to get the latest home fix-up ideas. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Sports brings you ultimate coverage in local prep sports with full game coverage of over 120 high school games a year with highlights and features on our daily newscast. Then, our weekly Sports Jam show gives you a close-up look at local athletes, highlights of local games, and in-depth interviews. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Don't miss the 7 Dreams Education Foundation Bird Bash on February 8th. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Our game of the week is a good Lake Conference boys hockey matchup as 10th-ranked Wayzata takes on number 1 Eden Prairie. The game is Thursday night at 7 at Plymouth Ice Center. Watch it live on CCX and ccxmedia.org or catch the replays Thursday at 10 p.m. or Saturday afternoon at 4. And that will do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching.
We'll be back on our regular schedule next week. We'll see you starting Monday here on Sports Jam.